How am I going to balance a full-time career while single parenting? Well, it's not always easy, that's for sure. I mean, it's like asking, can I eat an entire pizza and still fit into my favorite jeans? Maybe you can squeeze in. Today, we're diving into the delightful chaos that is your life and figuring out how to keep everything together without losing your mind or losing your job. Let's jump in. If you're considering divorce, life's busy but manageable. You're doing the work, the kids, the life juggle, and while it's not perfect, it's manageable. It's something that you're used to, something that you're familiar with, comfortable with. You've been doing it for a long time. Some days are a whirlwind, some days are easier than others. You make some time for yourself, you make some time for your friends, you have time with your children. The hardest part about life right now is knowing that you're not married to the right person. You're considering divorce. You're not happy. But then separation and divorce become a reality, and everything changes. Suddenly, you're not just juggling your life, you're not just in a whirlwind, you're doing it with one hand tied behind your back. The challenge is real. And now you're wondering, how am I ever going to balance all of this? How am I going to continue working full time and excel at my career and take care of my children and make sure that they're well fed, well balanced, happy, turn into wonderful grown-ups and human beings? You want to be there for your kids. You want to excel at your job, and you still want to find a little bit of time for yourself. It's tough. But how do you make it work? How do you make it work without burning out, without feeling emotionally stressed and overwhelmed all the time? That's what we're going to tackle today. It is doable, but it does take some smart strategies and actions, some self-reflection, and a serious look inside yourself to figure out what you want, why you want it, where you're headed, how you're going to get there, the action steps that you're going to take to get there, and to create that future-focused vision of the perfect, peaceful, loving life that you want. I'll share with you a few ideas that have worked for myself and have worked for the clients that I work with every day, and maybe some of them you'll want to implement in your own life. There's many other options. This is your unique life. What works for someone else may not work for you. What has worked for me may not work for you, and that's okay. Let's find out what works for you, what helps you to, manage the daily life, the kids, the work, you, everything, the paying the bills, the mortgage, just how are you going to manage all of this and still feel happy and still be able to envision that future and work towards that future that you know is possible. Enter the chaos of single parenting while working full time. Overwhelming and seemingly impossible at times. But here's where things start to get interesting. The first kind of idea to surviving and thriving is to know what you want, why you want it, to know where you're headed, to create a plan to get there, and then to create action steps that you can do daily to get there, and to surround yourself with the right people who are important to you, the people that you love and who love you, and to create agreements with those people rather than expecting others to do things. Let's start to create agreements with people so you can get that plan in place and you can take those little actions every day to get to that future and to create the life that you want. You can't do everything, and that's okay. You do one small thing at a time. You can take all of the ideas that I'm going to share with you here today, and you can choose one that sounds interesting to you. It may be a little uncomfortable. It may be something new. These are things that have worked for myself and have worked for my clients. So if they've worked for others, there's a chance it'll work for you too. Give it a try and then see after a week, how does that feel? Did that work? Add a little something new the next week. Or you want to go crazy, stack them all on and work at them all every day. I mean, you can move as slowly as you want or you can move as quickly as you want. It's up to you. This is your unique life. Decide who and what is most important in your life, both at work and at home. Think about what you can do. Think about what you need from others. First, you need to get organized inside of yourself, and then you'll have the ability to prioritize and create agreements with others. This might mean saying no to someone at work. It might mean creating a little schedule with your children. They get home from school, maybe they empty their lunch boxes or they get on their homework, or kind of creating a little schedule with your kids. Or it may mean prioritizing meals with your children, family meals. It's not about being rigid. It's about protecting your time and energy for what truly matters to you. Maybe you need to say no to some of the people and some of the things that are draining and sucking your energy. Maybe you need to say yes more often to people who are saying, hey, how can I help? Sometimes it's very difficult to take help from others. You might need to start asking for help. Those people that are around you that are offering a hand, maybe they can drive your kids to school, or maybe they can drive your kids to a sporting event or whatever, or they can have one of your kids sleep over, like anything. Who are the people in your life that are there now that want to help you, and you're kind of blocking that? Have a conversation with your boss. Let him or her know what's going on. Have a conversation with your team or your employees. Let them know what's going on. Let them know what your plan is. Set agreements with people that are important in your life. Let them know where you're at, where you're headed. Let them know that you might bumble and fumble around a little bit. This is kind of a new time in your life and you're working through it the best you can. People are really, really compassionate and caring and loving most of the time. I like agreements with people, but because it requires a conversation between two people where you come up with an agreement on how you're going to handle a certain issue, topic, work, home, whatever. And most of the time, people don't want to bail out on the agreements that they make. They will honor those agreements. They want to honor those agreements. So rather than, expecting that your mom should be there more often and help out more often, or expecting that the people at work should understand what you're going through and how difficult things are, and then feeling frustrated and angry and upset when they don't, maybe start creating agreements with people and really having honest, vulnerable conversations with them and see how that works for you. It works very well for me. I create agreements with people all the time. I create agreements with my husband and it works out really well. So we don't expect things from each other. We have an understanding of who we're being in our relationship and in different areas of our relationship, and it works well. It'll take some time to figure out. The world as you know it is changing. So one step at a time is okay. One step at a time is okay. You don't have to do this all at once. Something else you might want to consider is building a support network. You don't have to be alone during this time. Reach out to family, friends, co-workers, a divorce coach, a personal trainer, people that can be in your corner, and people who understand what you're going through and can help you in one way or another. A family member might be able to help with taking care of the kids sometimes. A personal trainer can help with your health and fitness. A friend might be great to have a glass of wine and just vent and talk about things. A divorce coach can be a professional in your corner who's been there, who can guide you through this transition into your wonderful future and your wonderful life. Whether it's asking a neighbor to help with school pickups or arranging for a coworker to cover for you in a pinch, having a support system in place can make all the difference. And don't forget about emotional support. Have people in your corner who understand what you're going through. This is so important. Not people who want to gossip and bash your children's other parent, or continue to talk negatively about things, or make you feel bad about yourself. Those aren't the people. Those aren't the right people. And it's tough. It's tough when one of those people is a sister or a mother or a good friend. But hey, you can just distance yourself a little bit, kind of see them when you're able and when you have the capacity to deal with that. But you want to surround yourself with people who make you feel good, who bring you up, who provide you with resources and support and understanding and information and inspiration that you need during this time. Speaking of emotional support, if you're wondering how you can build resilience during this transition, I've created a video called Unlocking Resilience, Expert Advice from a Divorce Coach. It's all about prioritizing self-esteem, resilience, and personal growth as you navigate this next chapter in your life. You can check it out if you want. Another idea that's really shifted the relationships in my life is to embrace flexibility. Life as a single parent is unpredictable. Well, life is unpredictable. Sometimes your carefully laid out plans will go right out the window because of a sick child or a last minute work emergency. Now, you have a choice. You can hop on the emotional roller coaster and let your emotions control you, or you can choose to control your emotions. And you can use your smarts and your intellect to create or move to plan B. Instead of getting frustrated, just learn to roll with it. Flexibility is your best friend here. Whether it's adjusting your work hours or finding creative ways to figure out childcare, or understanding when your kids come home late with their other parent, just be flexible. Remember, it's not about perfection. This is about making it work one day at a time. If you want a happy life, you can choose to have a happy life. You can choose to be a kind, loving, happy, giving person. And each of these small things that you do to improve your relationships with yourself and with others, to take actions that may seem uncomfortable, but you know what? You give them a try anyway. And with each small action that you take, you can ask yourself, am I feeling better about things now? Do I feel just a little bit happier? What do I want to create next? What else do I want to do that's uncomfortable or that's new, that might work? What can I do to be more useful and productive? Who can I give to? You know, giving is such an amazing thing. If you're feeling lonely and you find someone else who's feeling lonely and you say, hey, I'm going to go visit them, you feel less lonely. Giving always works like that. So just give more. When you're feeling sad, look around. Who else is feeling sad? Make them happier. You'll feel happier. It always works that way. What can you do to feel better about your own life? Give these questions some thought. Something else that may be a new idea for you is to delegate and outsource. This can be tough. It might feel like a sacrifice, especially if you're used to doing everything yourself. But let me tell you, delegating isn't about giving up control. It's about smartly managing your resources. Whether it's hiring someone to mow the lawn, hiring someone to clean your house, hiring a virtual assistant or a real life assistant to help you out at work, finding someone to drive your kids to sporting events so that you have time to do the work that you need to do at home. I mean, learning to delegate frees up time in your life for what really matters. But it is a mindset shift. Once you embrace it, like, you'll wonder why you haven't been doing this all along. I mean, I love my cleaning lady. I love my video editor. I love the people on my team that help me out. I have no problem delegating. And the more I do it, the more I want to do it, because it allows me then to do the work that I really, really, really want and need to do. Something that I used to do too, back when my kids were little, they're all over age of 20 right now. But what I used to do is I wanted to spend one-on-one time with each of my kids. And that was challenging because the kids would be at dad's and then they'd come home. And then when was I ever going to spend one-on-one time with them? So what I did was I found a babysitter or a friend to take care of the other children. And once a week or once every 2 weeks, I take one of the boys out for a special one-on-one time. I mean, it doesn't have to be complicated. It can be an ice cream cone at McDonald's and a half hour or 1 hour of your time. It can be a movie. It can be going to the park to feed the animals. It can be anything. And that quality time, that quality one-on-one time, I think that was really important and special because it opened up some time for us to have good conversation that might not otherwise happen. Finally, and maybe the most important of all, is health and fitness. You've probably heard it 1,000 times, but it bears repeating. Taking care of yourself isn't a luxury, it's a necessity. It's a necessity. You cannot pour from an empty cup. Whether it's taking a few minutes each day to meditate, 1 hour a day to exercise, or some time to sit quietly and reflect on your day, or some time to sit quietly and plan your week, self-care, health, and fitness help you to recharge so that you can handle whatever life throws at you. And when you take care of yourself, well, when I take care of myself, I'm a nicer person. I make better decisions. I'm friendlier. I'm a nicer person to be around. I feel better about my life. I feel more joyful and optimistic and positive. I make better choices. I have more energy. I mean, health and fitness are critical. And you can start right now. You can go for a walk. One of my boys said to me the other day, "You know, Mom, I schedule going to the gym 5 or 6 days a week. It makes me feel better. It gets me out of my head and into my body. Even when I want to go, even when I don't want to go, as soon as I get there, I put the tunes on, I start pumping the weights, and I feel better about myself." Exercise gets you out of your head and into your body. And man, he's right. The benefits are endless. So you should just go for a walk today. If exercise is not part of your routine, I suggest you make it part of your routine. And I'm only saying that because it wasn't part of my routine. Health and fitness awareness and doing the work became part of my routine 20 years ago when I was transitioning through separation and divorce. The one thing that helped me out was when the boys left to go to their dad's house, I was so upset. I would have the running shoes right there by the door, put them on, earbuds in, tunes on, and I would head out, whether it was a walk or a jog, whatever. I was gone for an hour or 2 or however long I needed, and it made a huge difference in my life. And then over the years, some yoga, some weights, just do what works for you. So, can you balance a full-time career and single parenting? Absolutely. Does it require work? Yes, it does. It requires a shift in how you approach your life. The process of self-discovery saved my life, and it started 20 years ago. If you're ready to transform your mindset and embrace positivity, you can watch this video that I created, Divorce Coach Insights, your guide to emotional resilience with the Create Your Life model. It is designed to help you reshape your thoughts, take intentional actions, and thrive post-divorce and really in all areas of your life. If you're a people pleaser like me, check out my video, Endless People Pleasing Leaves You on Empty. In this video, I can show you how to focus on intention and learn how to choose actions that will absolutely change your life. And at the end of the day, remember this: you don't have to do it all perfectly to be a great parent, or a great employee, or a great leader, or a great sister, or a great brother, or a great child. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to do your best, and that's more than enough. You can choose to create and build a life that is incredible.